Greetings everybody and welcome to another video and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today is it's another recce and this time I'm at the old mill at Borrowdale. Now the Lake District hasn't had a huge amount of rain over the past few weeks, so Coombe Beck, which is what you can hear in the background, hasn't really got a huge amount of water in it. Now, I'm not too worried about that because, like I say, this is a recce. So I'm kind of here to find the place. And now that I have a good set of instructions, it was actually really easy to find. And just to seek out some compositions and see what I can find. Now, this video is going to be a little, it's going to be a little messy, because the midges are out in force and they are biting like fury. So I think what I'm going to have to do is take my Olympus OMD EM1 Mark III with me and just have it on video and just talk through compositions as I go. Because I think if I was to stay hanging around for any length of time, I'm going to get eaten alive. So so yeah, this one's going to be a little bit fluid and a bit you know, there's going to be a lot of motion and a lot of movement, for which I apologize, but there's not really a huge amount that I can do about it. So I'm just going to grab my gear. I will grab my tripod just in case, but I will talk to you as I'm kind of playing with compositions, and the key elements of the composition will be Coombe Beck and the mill, and trying to connect the two together without having too much of a distracting background. So let's go and get eaten alive. Things I do for my YouTube channel. Right, okay, so this is kind of composition number one. It didn't take me very long to find it, fortunately, but the midges are really biting hard. So bear in mind, this is a 16 by 9 frame that you're looking at. So if I just angle the camera down a little bit, I've got this little water course here, and there needs to be some water in the frame. Otherwise the connection between, you know, what's going on here and this structure just doesn't become as obvious, does it? So I've got that in the frame, and then I've also got the structure in the frame. And what I've tried to do is just use this tree here to hold the corner. I've got this one here potentially leading me out of the frame, which is a bit of a pain, but I've also got patch of bright white sky up here, which again, there's really nothing that I can do about it. So I think what I will do is I will bracket the image in order to give me the maximum amount of options to play with. But you know, to be perfectly honest with you, this isn't so much about getting a killer image and winning a competition. This is about looking at potential compositions. And you know, I'm stood on a rock or squatting on a rock. It's not too bad. I got to it quite easily. Lots of midges, but yeah, for the first composition, I'm actually quite pleased with it. So I'm going to grab this one now, and then I'm going to move a little bit farther forward and see whether, you know, I can play with something in this pool up here, or I can actually see what looks like another tumbling cascade. So I'll just move a bit further forward and see what I can find. Now, just as I was taking that image, I actually noticed some horrible glare on this rock here. So just stuck a polarizer on just to see what I can do about it. Now the sun is sort of in that direction, so I might be able to polarize some of it. Let's give it a twist and see what happens. Oh, nice. That'll do. So it looks like I can remove it from here, but I still get a bit of glare there. But you know what? From that, I mean, that is horrifically distracting, whereas that I think I can live with. So, right, I should redo that, re-bracket, now that I have a polarizer in place. Okay, so I've moved a little bit further up, and I've found there's a little water course here, and there's also some water trickling over this rock here. So sort of my frame starts there, and then I'm going all the way up to the roof of the building, roughly there. Again, I'm fighting highlights, certainly up here, so I'm going to have to bracket, which is fine. I'm all set up to do that. And when I was looking at this scene, this particular piece of rock here was glistening quite fiercely. The sun has actually gone in behind a cloud, but it was glaring, a bit like that other rock. So I've used the polarizer to just try and deal with it and bring it up a little bit. And yeah, I think for a second composition, I think that really works. So I'm going to grab this one. Now the sun's gone in, the midges have decided to go back to bed, although I can still see some floating around. So I think I'm going to try and do a 3 for 3, move a little bit further forward, because I can see, let me just move the camera around, there's another little cascade just up here, so I'm going to go and see what I can find on that one, and then probably call it a day, because I've gotten away with not being munched by midges, but I think I'm taking my chances. So we'll grab this one and then move on. Okay, so this is composition number 3. Not necessarily a view I've seen before, and now I've moved forward. Not only have I got this cascade, I've got another one over there. I just noticed those rocks are looking a wee bit on the bright side. Is there anything I can do to take the glare down a wee bit? A little bit. That one there that was bothering me. Oh, there we go. Ah, look at that. Lovely. So, the key components are the wall, the wheel. You can just about make out the structure. Yeah, if I went back and got a wider lens, I'd probably be able to fit more of it in, and maybe I'll do that another day. I'm not going to do it today because I don't want to be midgy munch. But the other thing worth mentioning actually is I've tried to raise the camera and I've used the center column again. Now I would make the point, don't normally use the center column because it can introduce instability. But here I'm on a solid surface and there's no wind, which is why there's so many midges. So I'm actually taking a calculated risk, and using the center column is actually much more efficient at getting the camera higher whilst I'm trying to swat away flying insects with big teeth. So yeah, I quite like that. I'm looking forward to coming back here in the autumn. It's going to look absolutely chuffing awesome. So I think I'll have to bracket this one again, because the wall here is very, very bright and the rocks here are quite dark by comparison. So we'll take that one, and you know what, I might actually do one more because there's a pool here. I'm wondering whether I'll get a reflection of the wheel in the pool. I'm going to go and have a look and then call it a day, I'm honest. So bear in mind today isn't so much about controlling exposure and speed of the water, and I mean there isn't really enough water to do that. Today was about looking at different types of composition so that when I come back again and the conditions are a bit more favourable and there are no insects, I've got some ideas straight away that I can just chuck in and get working on. So yeah, a little bit messy, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. If you're ever in the Lake District National Park, look up the Borrowdale Mill and come and visit it, because it truly is a magical location. Fantastic building in an absolutely beautiful setting. So thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this content, please do give it a like, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, then please do consider subscribing. It's free and you can unsubscribe at any time. And if you hit that bell button alongside the subscribe button and then hit all as an option, you'll get notified when I upload new content, which is roughly every 2 weeks. So until the next one, from the Borrowdale Valley in the Lake District National Park, thank you very much. Take care, stay safe.